The gentleman from Florida is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Speaker, thank you. I rise in opposition respectfully to this motion, not because anybody here opposes expanded access to care. I believe we all do. But I oppose it today because it interferes, I believe, with the urgency of getting a clean bill out of conference. The chairman has done great work. There are bills over there that the Senate could approve tomorrow. But if we encumber our conferees and we encumber this conference committee anymore, we risk delaying final passage of a bill that is intended to get health care to the veterans now, to clear the wait list now. That is the urgency. We all have ideas for long-term reforms. This member has his own ideas for long-term reform. We have to work those through the process. I believe we should consider giving every veteran a choice card, let them choose where they want to go. I believe we should consider competitively awarding management contracts for many of our VA healthcare facilities so the veterans who want to stay in the VA healthcare system can do so, but can rely on more efficient and more responsible management. I think we should consider streamlining DoD health with TRICARE, with the VA, and look for efficiencies there. But those are all matters for another day, for another committee hearing, for another bill, for another piece of legislation. We should not encumber our conferees any more than they already are in having to negotiate with the Senate. The fact is, the Senate bill is encumbered with labor provisions and directed projects, and these labor provisions and these directed projects do absolutely nothing to get the veterans off the wait list now. Let's have the conferees agree to what we can agree to, which is if you live more than 40 miles away from a VA facility, then give them immediate access to private care. If they are on a wait list, give them immediate access to private care. We can pass those now. The conferees can agree to that. And here's the absolute absurdity to all of this. I'm a new member, a new perspective. I understand how this body works, but we have 2 to 3 weeks left before we go back to our districts for August recess. We have a president who every single day demands that this Congress provide funding for expanded health care to those who are coming here illegally right now. We cannot honestly have a dialogue and suggest that we need to immediately fund health care for those who are coming here illegally if we have a VA bill that is stuck in a conference committee and is encumbered by unnecessary provisions. We should demand that our veterans receive the health care services that they deserve before we begin to have a conversation with the President about how we ever expand health care services to those who come here illegally. So I appreciate my colleagues' concern for expanded care, and I agree with that. There is a bill that has been passed that's sitting in the Senate. The Senate should pick it up and pass it. But encumbering the conferees is not the right way to do this. Frankly, it complicates the process and delays a process. We need a VA reform bill back here from conference committee as quickly as possible to ensure that our veterans receive the health care that, frankly, this House supported with 390 votes when this bill passed. This is not a controversial measure. I appreciate the chairman's work on this, and I know that the chairman has the same dedication that my colleague does to expanded care. We will continue to work these issues. But the immediate need is to expand health care choices for our veterans today. And as I mentioned, before we ever begin to talk to the President about expanding health care for those who come here illegally. Mr. Speaker, thank you very much. Mr. Chairman, thank you. I yield back.